Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Date Demic, where people of all genders, ages, and walks of life come together to discuss their relationship and dating experiences. Sharing opinions and perceptions, that's what we're here to do, folks. The end game is to hopefully help people better understand each other, whether you've been in a relationship for years, have found yourself in a new one, have been dating, or new to the dating scene. We've got you. I'm Rhonda. I will be your host today and every day. Today's guest is Taylor, and the topic is, if you knew someone was cheating or a cheater, would you tell? Taylor, welcome.
Hello.
You chuckled.
I did. Of course I did.
So, if you know someone's cheating, do you tell? What are your thoughts on that? Do you spill it?
I think that it depends on the person.
What do you mean the person? What do you mean it depends on the person?
It depends on who they are to me. It depends on if they're important to me. It depends on... it just depends on the situation. I feel like...
So you don't think you should just save a hoe?
Not always, no. Because I feel like sometimes it just wouldn't be necessarily my place. My place to say something. You know what I mean?
So I've gotten multiple feedback on this, and a lot of people say you don't get in the middle of that because you end up being the asshole. You end up being the one that they hate, blah, 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 blah.
What if she doesn't believe you?
All right. Well, my experience is this. I got into a relationship with someone. I just wish at some point she had sent me a message and said, you know what, you can take this or you can leave it. But, this is how he is. And would I have left him at the time? Honestly, I can look at you and say, absolutely not. But it would have always tickled me. And when those things came up, like for the first time, I would have thought, okay, I'm not the first one. He did this with the last one. And when I found out he was texting other women, I would have said to myself, okay, he had me convinced that I was the only one that's absolute and utter bullshit. Yeah. And so I feel like I wouldn't have put 5 years into that relationship, but maybe I would have just only wasted a year of my time. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
and I think as women, we need to stick together because, well, men and women alike. If you started seeing someone, would you not?
Well, use this as an example. I mean, he was fucking married. He was married to her, had a whole family, had all these kids. He wasn't going to tell her. He told me he was going to tell her. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, and I finally did tell her that he was cheating and that I was pregnant.
If she had hit you up and said, hey, this is what you're getting, this has been my experience with him, would it have stopped you?
Well, I knew that was the experience at that point.
And you kept going?
Yeah.
Do you feel like...
I knew he was married, but he told me they were separated, that they were not together. It was all a crock of shit.
So would you tell?
Absolutely. If I had to redo, I would have told from the gate. Instead, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. But again, in other aspects, I might not tell.
Take you out of the picture. You find out that your friend, and let's go one step further. The guy that you separated from or you broke up from, he starts dating a girl, and you know how he is. Do you share it with that girl, or do you just let her learn on her own? You don't know her. Do you just let her learn on her own, or do you give her, hey, a heads up?
I probably wouldn't go out of my way to let her know. No. I feel like if
But would you want someone to let you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so you would want someone to let you know, but you're not going to go out of your way.
Of course.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
No, I do. But I wouldn't. It just, again, it depends on the person. It depends on how important they are to me. It depends on if I belong in their shit. It just depends.
And see, for me, if it's a person that's only cheated once, it's not his or her norm, I could say, okay, I'm not saying anything. But if you know this motherfucker has done it to everyone...
But you have to wonder if there's that one. Seriously.
Okay, I'm going to tell you now.
You can say okay if you want, but you've been a cheater and you have been cheated on. And there have been people that you would not have cheated on at fucking all. You would have changed completely. correct? Right or right?
Yes, but I know this
Right or
person.
right?
I know that. No, you're right, but I know this person, in fact, has cheated on this person, his significant other.
Well,
So do
yeah.
you not say anything? Do you just let it go? Or, I mean,
It depends on how important. It depends on how important one the ex is, because do you and the ex still have a relationship? If you and the ex still have a relationship, you have to understand that if you tell said person that relationship with your ex is probably not going to be any longer. If there's a relationship there. I mean, I don't know.
so you're saying you would want someone to tell you, but you wouldn't go out of your way to tell someone else. This is a conundrum, Taylor.
Again, I would want, if the person had nothing to do with me, honestly, I really wouldn't want them to say anything to me, because if I didn't know them, I would take what they said with a grain of salt anyway, and I really wouldn't give a fuck because I don't know that person. You know what I mean? So anything coming from their mouth isn't
perfect
going to...
example, and I'm no names here, but you had someone come up to you and say, hey, did you know that dude was into this, 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 and this? And how did you feel about that? Did you feel like, fuck you, it's none of your business? Yeah, I know, but it's none of your business. Why are you in my business? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How did you feel when someone out of the blue said, hey, I just thought, just a little FYI, dude's a little kinky?
But I like kinky.
That's not what we're talking about here, Taylor.
Okay, well,
Stay focused.
See, it's different because I already knew. You know what I mean? I feel like it would have been totally different. I feel like at first, if I would have read messages and not known how the said person was, you know what I mean? It would have caught me off guard, definitely. But the fact that I already knew how this person was and I was comfortable with this person and this person was comfortable enough to do these things with me, what they were telling me just...
So do you think it's okay to cheat?
No.
Taylor, have you cheated?
Yes.
Why?
Bored.
That's the crux of it, isn't it? Oh no, you need to put those big girl panties on. Suck that shit up, Taylor. Do you wish you could take it back?
No.
Why are you getting emotional then?
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Because I don't like because I don't like being called out on my bullshit. But I have many times.
Do you
with not multiple people, but like, you know what I mean? Not just one person. I've cheated on several people.
Do you feel like one would come along that...
Absolutely. I feel like someone could definitely...
See, for me,
but
it's not about a person coming along, and I'm not going to speak on this too much because I don't want to hurt anyone. The last time I cheated, it was on someone that was very, very, very important to me. And I did it because I was bored. And I promised myself that I would never, ever do that again, and I haven't. And I never will. Because, and this is how I see it, what I did to that person was fucked up. And if he had done that to me, I would have been absolutely devastated. And I don't ever want to put that on someone. So in my mind, people will run on, oh, you know, she's been through 50 million different relationships. She can't make them work. It's not that I can't make them work. It's that when it's not working for me,
yeah,
I'm walking away. Because I'm not going to be the cheater. I'm not going to be the miserable housewife. I'm not going to be that bitch that sits around going, woe is fucking me. I am walking.
It's impossible. I mean, it's not impossible because people do it all the time, but I can't. I couldn't do it.
Do what?
Sit around and just be miserable all the time.
No.
Fuck that. And that's why I feel like, and not necessarily that I still wouldn't. I feel like, again, it depends, and I could say that I wouldn't, but who really fucking knows? I don't know if I'm too far away from the
You're
mic.
fine, baby.
Anyway, but I do feel like at this point in my life, I've grown up a lot, and anytime wasted is wasted time, and I feel like there's
Yep.
no point in just wasting time.
And that's
If I'm
why
in it-
and that's why I go back to, if someone knows that this person that is a cheater,
Why not?
and why not tell that person? And you know what? They can take that information, they can take it or fucking leave it.
But at
But
least
I
they're
guarantee
aware.
you, they're aware. And when these things start popping up in that relationship, they're not going to give it the 5 years. You know what I mean? They're going to
Or
give
maybe
it.
this person will change.
Yeah, they're going to know that this
Yeah.
person is definitely not going to change. It's their MO. It's the way of it. Not happening. I don't know, and I guess it's a hard thing. And honestly, to me, the digital age makes it easier. I mean, just drop it into their message. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's literally that easy.
It's
just
that
picking
easy.
up your
DM
phone
them.
and just messaging.
And I mean, if it's just hearsay, then, absolutely, you're not going to do that. But I mean, if you have hardcore evidence,
if you have absolute and utter proof, that would definitely be something to hold. Especially, I don't know, if the person was important to me, I would want them to know, and I would probably tell them. But again, it would depend on if they would trust me in that aspect. You know what I mean? 'Cause
otherwise
I've-
you end up looking like an asshole trying to
Yeah,
ruin
I mean,
a perfectly
even
good
you-
relationship, or they think you're jealous, or just something stupid.
Yeah, even
That's why
you
I'm
as
saying,
my
if you don't
mom.
have proof, I wouldn't. But I mean, if you have proof, then
I mean, if you've got proof, let me see it.
see. I really wish that they would come up with an app, and they probably already have. Maybe, and I'm not aware of it. Give me time. I will learn. Where you can rate your ex. Where you can say,
Rate your
okay,
ex.
look, rate your ex. Where you can, if anyone's listening, if this app has not been created, please will you rush to and create an API for me, please. But yeah, so that you can rate your ex. No names, of course, because you could get in trouble for that, but initials. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
And you rate that person and you give feedback. How many times do I look at a pool filter and I look through, if there are 1,000 reviews, I'm going to look through the top 10. I'm going to look at those reviews. Okay, why not do that with a dude or a female?
But
I'm not saying that it's going to stop you from getting in a relationship.
it would be
because-
cool to see different experiences
Yes.
with others.
And when you start seeing things, you're going in with your eyes wide open instead of with those rose-colored glasses on, as we all do. I know I go in with fucking extra tinted rose-colored glasses. I don't see shit until it's going. I'm like roadkill.
Oh goodness, I don't know. I'm still going to go back to the fact that I think it just solely depends on the person. Excuse me, if I would tell them or not. I really think it would depend. I really, really do. We have special guests, people.
Yes, we have special guests. They are two males that are going to give their thoughts on whether, snitches get stitches.
Seriously.
Really? Would you want to know? I wish someone had told me. I probably would have thought to myself, fuck you. But at the end of the day.
But you've also been given many, many, many red flags and thought, damn, I wonder if they're orange. And kept going and kept
Well,
going.
I saw
and
many,
kept
many
going
red flags and thought,
going.
oh, I'm that female that's going to change him.
Yeah, but
I'm all that
but there's
and
exactly
a bag of Doritos.
that. So if someone telling you that he's like that and you seeing him be that way,
right.
you're
You
by
would-
yourself,
yes,
like
you would stop.
many times you would think. Hello.
Hello, darlings.
Let me out.
So, guys, the women have spoken. So the question is, if you knew, or your experience had been with someone that they were cheaters, would you give their newbie a heads up? Or would you just go, live and learn?
Will it be able to hear him?
We're hearing crickets. I mean, seriously, I asked a question, guys.
It depends on the circumstance.
Oh, God.
What kind of circumstance?
I mean, you're under the assumption that once a cheater, always a cheater.
No, we're not saying that.
That's not what we're
necessarily.
saying. What we're saying
I know it's
is,
not what you're saying, but you're under the assumption of already.
No, we've already said that we've been cheaters.
And giving the newbie the heads up that, hey, they're a cheater, that's already under the assumption that once a cheater, always a cheater.
no, what we're doing is we're giving them a heads up that, hey, if you notice that you're getting freaking text message at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., hey, guess what? That's not for a...
That's not for shits and fucking giggles, bitch, okay? That's because your boy is jacking his late at night to your girl.
So what we're saying is if you at least... what we're saying is if you at least give them a heads up. So, like, I wish someone had told me, this is what you're getting into. And I would have probably thought, you know what? Pew, 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 pew.
So sad.
But it would have been in the back of my head when I started seeing the red flags. I would have said, you know what? I probably would have ended that relationship after a year and not waited 5, is my point.
Well, I guess it all depends on the circumstance of what are you talking about, and if you're talking about in a relationship type of, or... No.
Oh, Lord, here we go with this
Hey,
fucking
but-
situationship.
no,
I can't even.
That ain't situationship. That's just breaking it down, and being honest about it. So,
We are talking about if 5 years is not a situationship, 5 years is not a friends with benefits, 5 years is a fucking relationship. So if you're in a relationship with someone, right, and you know this dude is this way, and you guys break up and he starts, you know, he's with someone else, do you tell that someone else, hey, this is what you're getting into?
Our parents
Especially when that
parents
someone
told
else is already questioning his fidelity.
Our parents told us shit our whole lives. We still did it anyway.
right. That's because you know something about somebody does.
Okay, here's an
not to
example.
deal with them. You still make.
No, but you get
He's a
it
really good
right.
friend of yours.
You still get the choice to deal with them or not.
You.
Someone besides me.
What are you guys over there whispering about? This is on a podcast. We can hear you.
No, well, I'm not trying to overpower your conversation because I know that they can hear us. But I was asking who one of his really good friends was, and I was going to say, okay, if you found out that he was cheating or he was getting cheated on, would you tell him?
See, that's different. You said before you would give them the warning that, hey, they're a cheater. Saying that they're being cheated on is different.
No, I mean,
that's-
if you know they're being cheated on, are you going to tell?
No, that's the
I mean,
main question of the podcast is
mean,
if you knew
there's
that
been
a
a
friend of
situation-
yours or
there's been-
anyone was being cheated on, would you let them know?
There's been a
Yeah, I
situation
told my
where
homeboys,
I found
like,
out
yo,
my boy
yeah,
was. It was
yeah,
ET, matter of fact.
Yeah,
You would tell.
I would tell them that's my
But that's
problem.
only if it
I
were a
was
close friend. If it wasn't a close friend, you would just go,
I mean, not necessarily, but hey, it's not my business. I'm
right.
saying- Because
I'm not
to a
involved in
complete
myself.
stranger, you're the bad guy on either side. You're
That's what
always-
I was trying to say earlier. If you're a nobody, why would I trust you? You know what I mean? I don't know you. Why would that be? You know what I mean? It's just weird. It's
You got-
different
you got a
coming from
50-50
somebody.
chance on being the
way
enemy
out
both
there.
ways, and maybe the person's like, well, they're saying it for some reason. Let me investigate.
And
a
that
little further.
person may treat you accordingly. As shitty as that is to say, that person may, meet someone and treat them like a fucking princess. And, she ends up fucking up or something and he moves on to the next and he might treat that next one like shit because he's, you know what I mean? You could get a totally different version of one person.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Example.
but for me, listen.
Yeah, he's a perfect
No,
example.
but you know what? This is how I feel. It's not about, cheating. Listen, motherfuckers gonna hear me out.
Let's hear
It
it.
is not about, oh, I love this person enough that I'm not going to cheat, because you are always going to hit a lull. You're always going to get past that honeymoon stage, so you're going to make a conscious decision not to cheat on that person. Again, I did my cheating a long, long time ago, and because it was fucked up, I will never do it again. I haven't done it since. I'll never do it again. And it's not because I'm going, oh, I'm going to find someone that I love enough not to cheat. It's that I can't do that and feel good about my person. Do you know what I mean? I'm never going to have, it was the worst feeling ever for me. And I'm going to tell you, I cheated. Sorry, past people. No, but seriously, I cheated when I was younger. I mean, who hasn't? But that one, it fixed me. I will never do it again because I don't want to be that person. Seriously. I don't want to be that person. I'll leave you first.
And that's where I'm at. If we can't fix it, I just feel like, again, time wasted is time wasted, and I just don't want to waste time anymore with
Thank you.
anyone
Amen,
over
sister.
some cheating shit. If
I don't wanna
you're
waste
if you're
time,
bored
period.
with me, let me know that you're bored with me, and we can rock our separate ways. You don't.
Look, if you're not sure, there's your decision.
I'm gonna be more upset about
Keep it
putting
moving.
time into you while you're out cheating than I would be about you cheating. So
Yeah.
just, yeah, be real.
You ever
Number
cheated?
one, what?
Joseph.
He's professional.
No, I'm asking him.
I am not a professional.
Have you ever cheated, Joseph?
You obviously know I have, yeah.
Why?
Attention.
No.
That is totally it. You crave attention.
No, it's
yes,
not
it
at
is.
all.
Will you please let him answer?
Okay, sorry.
So
Let me back up.
So why do you cheat? Is it that you get to a certain point in the relationship, or is it?
I mean, there's a few different reasons.
So tell me, what are they?
Yeah, let's hear it, Joseph.
Seriously,
Seriously,
women. I mean,
you're not gonna hurt my feelings. Seriously.
I'm not worried about that.
Well, then spill it.
I mean, there's nothing to spill. It's like a not thought about thing.
So it's just
So you cheat just to cheat? you just do it to do it. I mean, do you feel some type of way after?
It's hard to explain.
No.
Have you ever cheated?
Yeah.
Why?
It's hard to explain.
At the pool.
You what?
Wasn't getting something. Lacking.
So you cheat because you lack. Is that and let me ask you this, is that why you worry about lacking? Because you're afraid if you lack, the person that you're dealing with is going to cheat?
No.
I've always been afraid of
Got
confrontation.
cheated. And got cheated on.
Yeah.
So I've been on both sides.
So but why do you cheat? I mean, lacking. I heard the lacking. You're getting ready to you're getting ready to do it again.
Do what?
You're good.
Doesn't you confront me?
So you think it's okay to cheat?
Why do you keep saying that?
No, I'm asking you. Do you think it's okay to cheat?
No,
Then-
I don't think it's okay to cheat.
Why do people do it?
Okay, people do it for many different
Everybody has
reasons.
their own reason.
Right.
But you
Or-
don't know
Or
why.
multiple reasons.
You do it, but you don't know why.
It's, I'm
Okay.
not gonna say I don't know why.
Why
but
did you
it's-
cheat?
It's a
Because I was bored.
circumstantial thing.
'Cause, see,
I was bored out of my mind.
People
I
bored.
wasn't bored.
At the end of the day, all it is a lack of self-control.
Yep. Exactly.
I would say that more than anything.
Yep.
So you're either dedicated to a person or you're not.
Yep.
And if you're not dedicated to a person, then they are not your person. You might as well just keep it moving. You think you could come back from cheating? You think you could cheat on the person that you're with and then go home and look at them like nothing ever happened and it'd be okay?
No, I have a guilty conscience like a motherfucker
Same.
for the most part. Eventually, you will know.
Oh, there's no eventually here. I have to depart. to end the relationship because I can.
But I don't feel like if you cheat, you necessarily don't love that person. I feel like you could still love that person entirely and still fuck up and cheat. And not necessarily, again, because you don't love them, because you could. Just like yours.
I loved him very
Absolutely did. That's what I'm saying. So it's
To me,
not.
there's two entirely different things. Like, you know what I mean? At
Mixing the pies
home,
and coffee.
you're supposed to be my queen. You know what I mean? So it's fucked up sounding as it is. You don't want to throat fuck your queen until she throws up on your dick.
What? Why not?
But why? Because I mean that old saying, what is it? A woman in the streets, but a whore in the sheets, right?
It's everybody's own perspective, I guess.
Meaning your woman, you know,
That's-
your
that's-
queen
that's-
should carry herself in a certain way outside of the bedroom, but in the bedroom, it's no holds bar. But you know what I mean? You gotta hold your person down.
It's weird to talk about.
At the end of the day, I feel like
You're
it just
right.
depends on who you are, what you mean to me, and if I feel like I need to be involved in your shit, because that could create a whole lot of fucking drama for you. It could, you know what I mean? It could just, It could involve a lot of shit telling somebody else's business. But at the same time, it could,
Okay, so I get the whole you're not going to tell a stranger, but would you tell a friend? As uncomfortable as that can be, would you tell a friend?
I would probably let a friend know.
I gave the
yes.
person the opportunity. I was like, it was a friend of a friend, and they showed me a conversation that they had, and it was my boy. Yeah, I mean, whose girl it was supposed to be talking about this dude that she was chilling with. That wasn't my boy. And I was like, yo, you better tell your friend. Yeah, I mean, she needs to tell my dude what's happening. I'll give her a few days, but I'm gonna cut that shit off.
Okay, so mixed feelings about whether you would tell the person or not. Depends on
definitely
your
wouldn't do it.
relationship with the person, history,
first
blah,
and
blah.
Because it's
Some shit's
important.
just not right.
Growth.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Yeah, you realize that some shit's just not cool.
Yeah.
Different
Some shit's
mindset.
really petty. It's just like, why? And there are a lot of things that I have done in the past that I've been like, bitch, Taylor, why? I
That's
definitely
the
could
thing
have made
about
better
getting
decisions.
Some Audi 5000.
Oh, 22.
Here,
So,
give that to him.
so in closing, what we've learned is you're going to tell the people that are important to you, and fuck the rest of us.
For real.
Yeah, let them learn the hard way. We're not about
Not even just the
we're
hard
not
way,
about lifting people up and helping them out.
No, we are, but everybody out there knows that you're going to get a different version of everyone every time. It's never going to be the same.
Yeah, but
Ever.
I'm going to tell
Never,
you
ever.
now, if you think as a human being that you're going to change someone, again,
Oh, if you think
we don't-
you're going to, no.
if you think that that person is going to change because he is like madly in love with you or she's madly in love with you or you are their person, fucking think again, because you're going to hit that lull and the honeymoon stage is going to be over. And at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to keep that person faithful is them wanting to be a good person, them making a conscious decision to be a good person. Period. There is no, and I got ready to say ain't nobody,
And
but
that's
then
where
I
the 10
listen,
Commandments come in.
motherfucking adultery.
Oh, shit.
And thou shalt not fucking covet.
Yep. Don't fucking commit it, bro.
Don't did it, bruh.
Yep. There's a fucking pretty place in hell for y'all bastards.
And you gonna be on that speedy bus.
No, but really.
Anyway, Taylor, I appreciate your insight, shooting the shit with me. It's always
Yeah.
a pleasure.
Don't cheat on your people, man.
Fucking be good.
Seriously.
Be better.
Seriously.
Fucking
and
grow.
if you hit a hard spot or whatever the fuck's going on, talk through it, get the fuck
Or
through it.
fucking leave.
Yeah, or just fucking communicate. Communication will take you so fucking far. Communicate. I'm out. Deuces.
Or leave. Oh, no, we don't have
We don't have any
time
fucking
for this
it.
shit.
Mm-mm.